Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to a sort of discussion video. Um, so today was the Nintendo Direct portion of E3 2021. After not having an E3 last year and everything, and just E3 this year's just honestly being really fucking disappointing, this was a breath of fresh air. And it's not even just the entire I'm a Nintendo fan thing and like the other systems are bad or anything like that. No, it's based solely on the presentations, the games, everything like that. Honestly, this was just the best we've had this year. This year's been really disappointing in terms of reveals, in terms of just interesting trailers and stuff. So I was really hoping Nintendo would pull it through, and they did. A lot of big reveals. Like Nintendo really went hard on the big reveals, really went hard on updates regarding big games, DLC news, and just generally a lot of really popular stuff as well that fans are going to be super excited for. Um, so I'm just going to briefly discuss some of the ones that are notable to me. I'm not going to be able to discuss everything. There's going to be some things I miss. So if there's anything I miss and you want to hear my thoughts on, please feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll let you know. So the biggest thing, obviously, here for me with the Nintendo Direct E3 this year was Breath of the Wild 2. Everyone was hoping there would be some kind of news. And there were some people who were even saying, like, oh no, we're going to look like clowns when there's just nothing, when there's no information. But we did get news. We don't have all the information. We don't have a title. We don't have an exact release date, but we do have news. We got a new trailer showing off new gameplay, new different types of things going on, as well as some notable information for the game. We find out that the game is going into the sky. Unlike a lot of the theories based off the reveal trailer 2 years ago, we're not seemingly going down into caves and underground stuff, though it might be in the game. It's possible. But it seems like going into the sky is a big factor of things. We already knew that the game would feature the same engine and map and all of that as the first game, as Breath of the Wild 1. But now we can see there's the addition of these like floating islands in the sky, and it's like a really interesting idea because this is revealed around the same time that we're getting the remaster of Skyward Sword. And so it's just like that's not coincidence. It's not coincidence. Especially considering there's this one shot in the teaser for Breath of the Wild 2 that shows Link falling from the sky that's almost an exact replica of a shot from Skyward Sword that shows the same. It's so spot on. But it looks really good. There seems to be new glyphs, new types of enemies and stuff, and various things like that that we got to see in the trailer. Just a bit of information to sate our appetites, as well as a release window of next year. No clue as to when next year. And considering Breath of the Wild 1 came out in the spring, we might be going for that again with Breath of the Wild 2, or we might shoot for more of a holiday release next year. I feel it's going to depend on how their work goes and everything on the game. We'll have to see. They might even do a summer release. Who knows? Who knows? We also got other Zelda news. We did get to see a little bit for Skyward Sword Remaster, but we also got information on the Age of Calamity DLC. The first DLC pack is coming this month and is going to feature a new playable character with the Guardian, as well as new weapons for Link and Zelda. Zelda's weapon is a fucking motorcycle. Because why the fuck not? As well as new missions and maps and stuff like that. general stuff you would get from a DLC for Hyrule Warriors. Um, and we got information that the second DLC pack will release in November. And it mentions an expanded roster, so hopefully we'll still get Pura and Robbie as playable characters, because that's still my number one hope here. um, Now we also got a bunch of other games that were just kind of briefly brought up and previewed, including a remaster of the original two Advance Wars games, which I am super excited about because I grew up with those games. I love Advance Wars. And it's been a long time since I've played them. So going into them again would be pretty fresh, plus with the fresh coat of paint on the remaster and everything. I feel like those are games that I could definitely play again, especially because it's been so long and I don't remember all the details about the story. um, but we also had some reveals for some new Mario based games. We had WarioWare and Mario Party getting new entries, though the new Mario Party is basically a greatest hits featuring boards from previous Mario Party games as well as 100 different mini games from the previous games. Um, it's going to be remastered with better graphics and everything, and probably more characters too. So it's definitely going to be worth it. Plus, I feel like it's going to bring back more of the classic Mario Party style, so that's going to be fun. The new WarioWare game seems to be a brand new type of WarioWare game, though, featuring a two-player multiplayer, which is a little disappointing that it only seems to be two players. But it also seems to have this new function of controlling the characters on the screen. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work yet with playing the micro games at the same time. We also have a new Metroid game. And while I'm not a big fan of Metroid myself, I have played a couple of the games, mainly the early ones. And this definitely seemed to be going more in that route of the early Metroid games, using more of the classic 2D platformer style that basically created, along with Castlevania, the Metroidvania genre. So that's fun, and it might be interesting, but I don't know if I'm going to play that ever. It's just, I'm not as invested in it. But something I am invested in is the Life is Strange series. And the new Life is Strange game, True Colors, will be coming to Switch, which I am really excited for. Because I've not played Life is Strange 1 or 2. I played Captain Spirit, but that was an intermediary game. It was like only like an hour long. It was really short and only meant to bridge the gap between the first and second game, as well as introduce a character who would be featured in Life is Strange 2. And that's pretty much it. But True Colors is the next main game and is going to feature even a character who appeared in Before the Storm, I believe. I don't know if she was in the first game too. I assume so, but I'm not 100%. Um, but I'm really excited for that because again, outside of just the 1 hour Captain Spirit, I haven't played a Life is Strange game myself. And I love the series, so I'm very excited to get into that. Um, and on top of that, we got a new Smash reveal, which was expected. Um, what wasn't expected was that it is Kazuya Mishima from the Tekken series. The Tekken series is my favorite fighting game series, and Kazuya, not my favorite character by any means, but I mean, I like him enough. I like how they're utilizing his devil gene in his fighting style. Um, so that's pretty interesting, and it's an interesting choice. It really is. I don't mind it at all. So yeah, no issues there. um, but moving on from that, uh, we had a lot of reveals. There was a new Shin Megami Tensei. I think it's a new one. I've never really played much of the Shin Megami Tensei games or Persona for that matter. Um, I could tell what it was based on the aesthetic right away, but I think it's a new one. And we got various other things here and there. Um, it was a really, really good direct. There was just a lot that was revealed, a lot that was discussed. Um, even just for stuff that was not necessarily the most heavily talked about, but at least revealed and everything. um, but yeah, that those are basically the things that I am most interested in. Again, if there's anything else that I missed that you would like to hear my thoughts on, feel free to comment down below. Um, and yeah, tell me what you think of these reveals for the 2021 E3 Nintendo Direct. I probably won't be talking anything about the other E3 stuff because, again, nothing really much to talk about. It was no real good reveals. Everything was boring. So, but tell me your thoughts on this, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.